Oh, those were very, very beautiful examples you gave. Now, that's to me, I believe that is even enough to make it throws more light into how, the things that we give do not, that they just don't fall down like that. They actually bear fruits, like love apparently being a sacrifice, and then when we give it, something always comes back, something comes back in return,
That is it.
and then if I'm able to practice this, even when it hurts, I'm doing it and it's hurting, even in the hurt, I should still keep doing it because at the end, there's this beautiful reward I'm going to get from it.
Awesome. Awesome. Now you're a teacher. I don't know where you got that word sacrifice from, but that's what love actually is. How could I have forgotten to mention sacrifice? Love has to be sacrificial. Very, very important. So it's not like I have eaten and I'm full, and then you come and carry the leftovers. No, not that kind. That's not love. That's not what I'm talking about. You're actually giving up something to let this one go. Beautiful, beautiful, sacrificial. Love has to be sacrificial. If the giving is not sacrificial, then it's not giving. Then you don't expect to reap bountiful rewards. Maybe you still reap, but not as bountiful as this is my meal I should be eating. However, you are this hungry, you have not eaten since morning. Yeah, don't worry. I can always have dinner if I don't have it, have the whole of my food. I sacrifice my whole meal, not just, no, that is love. That sacrificial part of it is very, very important. Thank you for bringing that.
All right, just before we wrap the program, I would like could you just give a word of encouragement to somebody, who will come across this video, I'm sure by the time they listen from the beginning to the end of this video, they'll definitely feel encouraged and hopefully willing to practice these principles. How could you just give a word of encouragement to those who feel like, they are hurting, yet they're expected to give love, just to make them understand that, in doing that, they're actually doing something good for themselves, for the future?
All right, I will. Okay, so there are many instances. Let me try this one. This happened to me. This happened to me. So at one time during my crisis in Nigeria, my family was still abroad in the UK, and I had to pay rent I had to send money from Nigeria in Naira to my family in the UK to pay rent, amongst other things.
Okay.
Every month, when this started, pounds was $250 to 250 Naira to £1. That was not a problem. When it got to the point when it was almost $700, just like it is now, as of today, pound is over $700.
Sure.
700 Naira to £1.
To a dollar, to a pound rather, yeah.
So at that time, it was like this. And then even getting £1,000 from 250 was, this was my midlife crisis, which means money was not really coming in, which means things were really down. So even getting 250,000 Naira on a regular basis to send to my family just for rent was enough problem. Now, how was I going to get like 3 times that? So it was big problem. Just getting a shelter, a roof over my family was a big problem. So every time in my depression, one of the most important thing, the number one that I was always going to ask was, how do I parent again this month? I need to parent. How will I leave my family? What will happen to them if I don't parent? They will be, And then during one of those, there were so many errors of complaint. During one of those complaints again, I heard I heard
Okay.
that I just want to remove the drama part of it and go straight to the point. I heard something. And what did I do? I went to look for a family. I went to look for this family. Even the little rent that I was gathering for my family that was not enough, that I was looking for, how do I make it up and send for to my family?
Yeah.
From that rent, I rented. Okay, I'm not bragging about it, but just take it as something to motivate you to, not that I am bragging about it. God will understand. I have to share so that you can learn directly that these things work. So I went to rent a place for a family and then put as much furniture as I could afford. I then told this family that for as long as I live, you are my second family. I will continue to provide roof over your head till I die. And of course, naturally, you know that it will get to a stage where I might need to stop paying rent and then actually build something permanent for them. Yeah, of course. That was in my crisis years before I came to the US.
Okay.
So that was like 6 years ago, or 7 or so. All right. And then when I came back, after all of that had done, I heard again, now that you have done unto somebody else what you are asking me to do for you, I assure you now, do not worry about roof over your family head anymore. From now on,
Wow.
as long as you do that, leave that to me. You do your part, leave your family to me.
Wow.
Did you get that?
Yeah, very much.
Leave your part. Leave the part that you used to come to me to ask me in prayer for. Leave that to me. Since you have chosen to do this, you go and do that and keep doing it. Because you are now observing the principle that says, whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, that I, nature, I, God, should keep doing for you. You go keep doing for somebody else. And then you would have fulfilled the law and the prophets. And see what happens.
That was a huge step of faith, you took there.
Principle, practice of principle. So if it worked for me, it would definitely work for you. And then, of course, when that worked, what did I do? I was looking for more principles to practice.
Oh, wow.
I was like, just that, I told you that you walk into your problem room and then you see, how do I solve this problem? And you see that the problem
you won't see them anymore.
This was this case. Every month, the first 1 month, I went to my problem room to say, okay, how do I get money to send to my family? The problem was not there. Second month, how do I get money to send? The problem was not there. And just by spending a few hundreds of dollars here, I was taking care of millions of naira there. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Just by being the solution to somebody else's prayer in a few hundreds of thousands of naira, nature was taking care of my own problem in millions of naira.
Wow.
I went to my problem room because I would always go into that part of my heart to say, this is my problem. I want to be moody. I want to cry now. Where's the problem? And you set your heart, the problem is no longer there. So what did I do? I said, if this works for here, then I want to apply the same principle in my finances, in this area, in that area. Then I started expanding the practice of my principle. So when I say, if I make $10,000 in 1 month, I have not made money. Do you think that just happened because of I'm the most brilliant IT trainer in the world?
It's obvious now.
Do you think that just happened because I'm the only person posting on Instagram? Therefore, the other trainers don't know what they are doing? No. The practice of principle helped me. So before I started practicing principle, I was pursuing wealth, pursuing this, pursuing that, running heter. But now, once I practice principle, all I do is sit where I am and the good will come to me. Attract. Attract. So exactly the same way it worked for me, like I've explained to you now, that is the exact same way it will work for you. This one, you don't even need to wait for your inner to tell you. It's principle. It will work for you. It will work for you. The problem that you are carrying around saying, I have problem, it is because you are selfish in that area. All right? Look for somebody that has the same problem. Is it accommodation problem? Look for somebody that has accommodation problem. What is your own rent? 400,000. Go and look for somebody that you'll be paying 40,000 for regularly. Take it as part of your life. 40,000 for regularly to have a roof over their head, the family's head. Leave your own 400,000. Nature. Because I told you that the way to pray, the way nature sees that. Somebody is praying, go and answer his prayer. Is when he sees you delivering to this person whatever he sees you delivering to that person in love, like already explained love, man. Automatically you have said in prayer that nature, I want this. So when you give a tip in love, say, this poor black man from Africa that is hustling around, $20 will do him some good. Normally, if I give a tip of $2, it's still okay, but let me just bless him with $20. When we talk about love, we're talking about empathy now. Whether you are having pity, you are sympathizing, you are placing yourself in his position, all of that is positive energy. It's love. It's counted as love. So out of pity, I felt something for, you do it. So it will come back. So in love, go and do for somebody else. Even if it's just 1% of that same person, of that same thing that you want God to do for you. That is the end of your problem. I'm not saying bring it to me, so you don't think, after they talk, they don't come again. Don't bring it to me. I don't need your money. The practice of principle is already doing so much for me, and what it's doing for me so far is just the beginning. Because look at the impact that I'm making by the delivery of this training. And you say blessing will not come from here. Don't do for me. Just go look for your neighbor, and your blessings are not far from you. Don't go looking for somebody far away. They are within you. They are in your family. Go and do for that person. And as I'm talking now, I'm hearing good. You are saying the right thing. The Spirit is confirming it. Go and do for somebody else that same thing that you are praying for. That is the end of your problem. That is the end of your problem. I'm not the person who made the promise. Rather, I am even tapping into the promise and into the principle, and it's working. Go and do it. If it does not work, set your heart. Make sure that you are doing it in love. Don't do it on social media. Don't do it because you want the world to clap for you and call you a good person. Don't do it don't use your right hand to do and announce it to your left hand. Just do it genuinely out of love, not even because of the direct benefits, even though you know the benefits are coming. In other words, don't do it and go and sit down counting. They won, it does not happen. They chose, it does not happen. Why has it? No. Just trust, faith. Okay. Faith. It's not just trust now. Faith. Trust is okay. It might happen, it might not happen. Faith. Believe 100%. In fact, when you believe 100%, it's no longer belief. It's not knowing. When you believe and it's not 100%, that is belief. Know that at the appropriate time, not your timing. For you, this is the right time. God, do it now. Who told you? What do you know about timing that you are saying do it now? Every time a man meets his wife and conceives a baby, You must wait for 9 months of gestation for that
Very
baby to
true.
mature before it's born.
That's true.
It's principle. You cannot in a hurry say, I want the baby now. What are you waiting for? Let's deliver the baby in 6 months. Even if you go and give 9 women, if you make 9 women pregnant, it still does not reduce the gestation period for that seed to turn to fruit. You still have to wait the 9 months on each of them.
Very true.
So the gestation period is not in your hands. Don't worry about it. In fact, the minute you begin to worry, you begin to raise anxiety, fear, it's negative energy. You are retarding the whole thing. You are not accelerating, you are slowing it down. So you do your part and know that there is a gestation period between the time of planting and the time of reaping. So all the other teachings that we'll be delivering here will show you, will teach you how to weed, how to water, how to cultivate the soil, and how to continue to, what you continue to do to help your seed germinate and grow to the level where it begins to produce fruit. But fundamentally, the soil has to be fertile. What makes soil fertile? We'll keep discussing. This is a lifetime teaching. We'll keep discussing, why don't you do that here? Why don't you do this here? Why don't you do a little here? But fundamentally, once it is planted in love, because you really feed. Don't plant all the time. Not every planting may necessarily produce bountiful fruit. But when the atmosphere is charged and you feel, what I feel for this situation is genuine love. Even when the whole world is saying, kill him, he is a fornicator, kill him. But you are the only person who you feel that, no, it should not be. Voice it out and plant. Because what you feel is different from what the world feels at that point in time. That situation would have been created specifically for you to plant it. Seize the opportunity if you feel it and planting it. And then forget that you will plant. At the appropriate time, the one who sees your planting in secret would give you the harvest in public. So that is the key to everything that you need, that you desire in life.